Han Hyo-joo helped a beggar, then he discovered who she actually was. The soul rain hammered against the corrugated iron roof of the makeshift shelter, a relentless rhythm that mirrored the gnawing emptiness in Byung-soo's stomach. He huddled deeper into the tattered remains of a sleeping bag, the damp chill seeping into his bones. Years of misfortune had etched themselves onto his face, a roadmap of hardship leading to this, a discarded corner of the city, a forgotten man. He coughed, a dry, rattling sound that punctuated the downpour. His world had shrunk to the size of this alley, his future as bleak and gray as the sky above. He hadn't eaten a proper meal in days. Pride, once a shield, had long since crumbled, leaving him vulnerable and exposed. Suddenly, a pair of polished black boots stopped just outside the meager overhang of his shelter. Byung-soo instinctively recoiled, expecting the usual disdain, the dismissive glance, the occasional muttered insult. But this was different. The rain reflected in the sheen of the boots, drawing his gaze upwards. Standing there, framed by the deluge, was a woman. Not just any woman, but one radiating an aura of effortless grace and kindness, even in this desolate place. She held a clear umbrella, shielding herself from the worst of the storm. "Excuse me," she said, her voice soft and melodic, cutting through the roar of the rain. "Are you all right?" Byung-soo, startled, could only manage a mumbled, "Fine. I'm fine." He avoided eye contact, shame burning in his cheeks. She didn't seem convinced. "You don't look fine. I have some food here. Would you like it?" She gestured to a small, elegant paper bag she held in her other hand. The aroma of warm bread and something savory wafted towards him, a tantalizing scent that made his stomach rumble audibly. He hesitated. Accepting charity felt like another layer of his dignity being stripped away. But the hunger was a relentless beast, clawing at his insides. He looked up, finally meeting her eyes. They were warm and compassionate, devoid of judgment. He saw not pity, but genuine concern. "Yes," he croaked, the word barely audible. "Thank you." She smiled, a small, genuine smile that lit up her face. She carefully placed the bag within his reach, making sure it wouldn't get soaked. "There's a sandwich and some soup. I hope it helps." "It will," he said, his voice a little stronger now. He reached for the bag, his fingers trembling slightly. "Thank you, really, thank you." "You're welcome," she replied. "Take care of yourself." And with that, she turned and walked away, disappearing into the rain-slicked streets. Byung-soo watched her go, a strange mix of gratitude and bewilderment swirling within him. He opened the bag and inhaled deeply. The aroma was heavenly. He ate slowly, savoring each bite of the sandwich and the warmth of the soup spreading through his body. It was the best meal he'd had in years. As he ate, he couldn't shake the image of the woman who had given him this small act of kindness. There was something familiar about her, something he couldn't quite place. The next day, fueled by the previous day's meal, Byung-soo felt a flicker of hope he hadn't felt in a long time. He decided to try and find some work, anything to get him back on his feet. He spent the morning wandering the city, his clothes still damp and his spirits still fragile. He applied for jobs at construction sites, restaurants, even a car wash, but was met with rejection after rejection. His age, his appearance, his lack of a permanent address, all were strikes against him. Dejected, he found himself near a large billboard advertising a new drama. The face on the billboard was strikingly familiar. It was the woman from the alley. But now, she was adorned in glamorous clothing, her image larger than life. Beneath her picture, in bold letters, was her name, Han Hyo-joo. Byung-soo froze, stunned. Han Hyo-joo. The famous actress. The one who graced magazine covers and starred in blockbuster movies. He couldn't believe it. This world-renowned celebrity had stopped to help a homeless beggar like him. It defied all logic, all expectations. The realization hit him like a tidal wave. The familiarity he had sensed, the effortless grace, the genuine kindness, it all made sense now. He had seen her in movies, of course, but he never imagined she would be so real. So down to earth. He spent the next few days consumed by this revelation. He felt a profound sense of gratitude, not just for the food, but for the unexpected act of human decency. It was a spark of light in the darkness, a reminder that even in the most cynical of worlds, compassion still existed. He knew he had to do something to repay her kindness, even if it was just a small gesture. He started collecting discarded cans and bottles, spending hours scouring the streets for anything he could recycle. It was hard work, but he was driven by a newfound purpose. He saved every penny he earned, dreaming of the day he could buy her a small gift, a token of his appreciation. Weeks turned into months. Byung-soo, fueled by his determination, slowly began to rebuild his life. He found a part-time job at a local restaurant, washing dishes. It wasn't glamorous, but it was honest work. He saved enough money to rent a small, dingy room, a far cry from the alley, but a sanctuary nonetheless. He started eating regular meals, taking care of his hygiene, and even dared to dream of a better future. One evening, after a particularly grueling shift at the restaurant, he saw a poster announcing a charity event hosted by Hyo-joo. The event was to raise money for homeless shelters in Seoul. Byung-soo's heart skipped a beat. This was his chance. He hesitated for days, crippled by self-doubt. He was just a dishwasher, a former beggar. What could he possibly offer? He was nobody. But the memory of Han Hyo-joo's kindness spurred him on. He knew he had to try. On the night of the event, Byung-soo, dressed in his best and only suit, stood nervously outside the grand ballroom. He felt completely out of place, surrounded by elegantly dressed guests. He almost turned around and fled, but he took a deep breath and forced himself to walk inside. The ballroom was a dazzling spectacle of lights and music. He scanned the crowd, searching for Han Hyo-joo. He spotted her on stage, addressing the audience with passion and eloquence. She spoke about the plight of the homeless, the importance of compassion, and the need for collective action. As she finished her speech, Byung-soo knew he had to act quickly. He pushed his way through the crowd, his heart pounding in his chest. He finally reached the front of the stage, just as Han Hyo-joo was stepping down. "Excuse me. Han Hyo-joo SSI," he said, his voice trembling. She turned and looked at him, her eyes widening slightly. For a moment, she didn't recognize him. Then, a flicker of recognition crossed her face. You're the man from the alley," she said softly, her voice filled with surprise. Byung-soo nodded, his cheeks flushed with embarrassment. "Yes. I wanted to thank you for your kindness. It changed my life." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, carefully wrapped package. "It's not much," he said, "but it's all I have. A small token of my gratitude." Han Hyo-joo looked at the package, then back at Byung-soo, her eyes filled with emotion. She gently took the package from him and unwrapped it. Inside was a small, hand-carved wooden bird. It was simple, but beautiful. "This is beautiful," she said, her voice choked with emotion. "Thank you. But you didn't have to do this." "I wanted to," Byung-soo replied. "You gave me hope when I had none. You showed me that even in the darkest of times, there is still kindness in the world." Han Hyo-joo smiled, a radiant smile that reached her eyes. She reached out and took Byung-soo's hand. "You know," she said, "you've given me something too. You've reminded me why I do what I do. You've shown me that even the smallest act of kindness can make a difference." She paused, then added, Would you like to join me? I could really use your help with this charity. You have first-hand experience. You can tell your story. You can inspire others." Byung-soo was stunned. He looked at Han Hyo-joo, his heart overflowing with gratitude. He couldn't believe that this famous actress, this beacon of hope, was offering him a chance to make a real difference. He nodded, tears welling up in his eyes. "Yes," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "I would be honored." And so, Byung-soo's life took another unexpected turn. He went from being a forgotten beggar to a respected advocate for the homeless. He worked alongside Han Hyo-joo, sharing his story, inspiring others, and helping to create a more compassionate and just society. He learned that kindness, like a pebble dropped in a pond, creates ripples that spread far and wide. He learned that even the smallest act of compassion can have a profound impact on someone's life. And he learned that true beauty lies not in fame or fortune, but in the simple act of helping another human being. Hyo-joo, in turn, learned a valuable lesson herself. She learned that her platform, her fame, her influence, could be used to create real change in the world. She learned that true fulfillment comes not from accolades or awards, but from making a positive difference in the lives of others. And she learned that sometimes, the greatest gifts come from the most unexpected places. The experience fundamentally changed both of them. Byung-soo found purpose and redemption, while Hyo-joo reaffirmed her commitment to using her influence for good. The chance encounter in the rain-soaked alley became a testament to the power of human connection and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The once desperate beggar, now a beacon of hope, stood beside the radiant star, their lives intertwined by a single act of kindness, forever bound by the shared belief that even in the darkest of times, compassion can light the way. The rain that once symbolized his despair now felt like a cleansing, a rebirth, a reminder that even from the most barren ground, hope can blossom. And it all started with a simple paper bag, a kind word, and a woman who dared to see beyond the surface. It was a story that resonated throughout the city, a story that proved that even in a world often consumed by greed and indifference, the power of human kindness could still prevail. Byung-soo's transformation wasn't just about escaping poverty, it was about reclaiming his dignity and finding his voice. He became a symbol of resilience, a living testament to the transformative power of empathy. Hyo-joo, in turn, was lauded not just for her talent and beauty, but for her genuine compassion and unwavering commitment to social justice. Their unlikely partnership became a source of inspiration for countless others, proving that anyone, regardless of their background or status, can make a difference in the world. The memory of that rainy night in the alley served as a constant reminder of the importance of human connection and the profound impact that even the smallest act of kindness can have. It was a story etched in their hearts, a story they would continue to share, a story that would inspire generations to come. The years that followed were a whirlwind of activity. Byung-soo, initially overwhelmed by the attention, quickly found his footing. He spoke with raw honesty about his experiences, his words resonating with audiences who had never known the stark realities of homelessness. He became a powerful advocate, not just for providing shelter and food, but for addressing the systemic issues that led to homelessness in the first place: lack of affordable housing, mental health services, and job training programs. Hyo-joo used her considerable influence to amplify his message. She organized fundraising galas, starred in public service announcements, and even incorporated themes of social justice into her acting roles. She and Byung-soo became an unlikely but formidable team, their contrasting backgrounds and experiences complementing each other perfectly. Their work wasn't without its challenges. They faced criticism from those who questioned Byung-soo's past, who accused him of exploiting Hyo-joo's fame for personal gain. They encountered bureaucratic obstacles and political resistance, as they fought to change policies and allocate resources to address the root causes of homelessness. But they persevered, fueled by their unwavering belief in the power of compassion and the potential for change. They established a foundation dedicated to providing comprehensive support to the homeless, offering not just temporary relief but long-term solutions. They partnered with local businesses to create job training programs, providing individuals with the skills and opportunities they needed to re-enter the workforce. They advocated for affordable housing initiatives, working to create sustainable communities where everyone had a safe and decent place to live. One particularly impactful initiative was the creation of a healing center, a place where homeless individuals could receive mental health counseling, addiction treatment, and other vital support services. Byung-soo, drawing on his own experiences, played a key role in designing the center, ensuring that it was a welcoming and safe space where people felt comfortable seeking help. He often spent hours at the center, listening to the stories of others who had walked a similar path. He offered words of encouragement, shared his own experiences of recovery, and reminded them that they were not alone. He became a mentor, a confidant, a source of hope for those who had lost everything. Hyo-joo, meanwhile, used her celebrity status to raise awareness of the center's work. She visited regularly, spending time with the residents, volunteering her time, and sharing her message of compassion and hope. She also used her social media platforms to amplify their stories, giving a voice to those who were often marginalized and ignored. their efforts began to yield tangible results. The number of homeless individuals in Seoul decreased significantly. More people were able to find stable housing, secure meaningful employment, and access the support services they needed to rebuild their lives. The city, once known for its indifference to the plight of the homeless, became a model of compassion and social responsibility. One day, Byung-soo received an unexpected invitation. He was asked to speak at an international conference on homelessness, sharing his experiences and insights with policymakers and activists from around the world. He was initially hesitant, feeling unworthy of such an honor. But Hyo-joo encouraged him to accept, reminding him that his story had the power to inspire change on a global scale. At the conference, Byung-soo spoke with eloquence and passion, his words captivating the audience. He shared his story of despair and redemption, his voice filled with emotion as he recounted the kindness of Hyo-joo and the transformative power of compassion. He challenged the audience to see the homeless not as statistics or burdens, but as human beings with dreams, hopes, and the potential to contribute to society. His speech was met with thunderous applause. He received a standing ovation, his heart swelling with pride and gratitude. After the conference, he was inundated with requests for interviews and speaking engagements. He became a sought-after voice on the issue of homelessness, traveling the world to share his story and advocate for change. Hyo-joo, watching from afar, felt a deep sense of pride in Byung-soo's accomplishments. She knew that he had come a long way from the rain-soaked alley where they had first met. He had found his purpose, his voice, and his place in the world. Years later, Byung-soo and Hyo-joo stood together at the opening of a new homeless shelter, a state-of-the-art facility that provided comprehensive support services to those in need. The shelter was named the Hyo-joo and Byung-soo Hope Center, a testament to their unwavering commitment to social justice. As they cut the ribbon, Byung-soo turned to Hyo-joo, his eyes filled with gratitude. "None of this would have been possible without you," he said softly. "You gave me a second chance, a new life. You showed me that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope." Hyo-joo smiled, her eyes sparkling with tears. "And you," she replied, "showed me the true meaning of compassion. You reminded me that even the smallest act of kindness can change the world." They stood together, side by side, gazing at the Hope Center, a symbol of their shared vision and their unwavering commitment to creating a better world. The rain began to fall, a gentle drizzle that washed over the city, cleansing and renewing. Byung-soo looked up at the sky, a sense of peace and contentment washing over him. He knew that his life had come full circle, from the depths of despair to the heights of hope. And he knew that he would continue to work alongside Hyo-joo, fighting for justice, advocating for the marginalized, and spreading the message of compassion to all corners of the world. The rain, once a symbol of his misery, now felt like a blessing, a reminder of the transformative power of kindness and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Their story became a legend, a testament to the extraordinary things that can happen when two people, from vastly different backgrounds, come together to make a difference in the world. It was a story that would be told and retold for generations to come, a story that would inspire countless others to reach out and help those in need, to embrace compassion, and to believe in the power of hope. And it all started with a simple act of kindness, a warm meal offered in the rain, a gesture that changed two lives forever and transformed a city in the process. The legacy of Hyo-joo and Byung-soo lived on, a beacon of light in a world often shrouded in darkness, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit can triumph, and that even the smallest act of kindness can have a ripple effect that transforms the world. The opening of the Hope Center marked a turning point, not just for Byung-soo and Hyo-joo, but for the city of Seoul itself. It became a model for other cities around the world, inspiring similar initiatives to address homelessness and poverty. The foundation they established continued to grow, expanding its reach and impact, providing support and resources to countless individuals and communities. Byung-soo, now a respected figure in the international community, dedicated his life to advocating for the rights of the homeless. He traveled the globe, sharing his story, speaking at conferences, and meeting with policymakers. He became a powerful voice for the voiceless, a champion for the marginalized, a beacon of hope for those who had lost everything. Hyo-joo, meanwhile, continued to use her platform to raise awareness of social issues, incorporating themes of justice and compassion into her acting roles. She also became a mentor to young activists, inspiring them to use their voices and talents to create positive change in the world. Their partnership remained strong, their bond forged in the crucible of shared experience and unwavering commitment. They faced challenges together, celebrated successes together, and supported each other through thick and thin. They were an unlikely pair, a famous actress and a former beggar, but they were united by a common purpose, a shared vision of a more just and compassionate world. One day, Byung-soo received a letter from a young man who had once been homeless. The young man wrote about how Byung-soo's story had inspired him to turn his life around. He had found a job, secured housing, and was now volunteering at a local homeless shelter. He expressed his gratitude to Byung-soo for giving him hope and showing him that anything was possible. Byung-soo was deeply moved by the letter. He realized that his story had not only changed his own life, but had also touched the lives of countless others. He felt a profound sense of responsibility to continue his work, to continue to inspire hope, and to continue to fight for a better world. As the years passed, Byung-soo and Hyo-joo became living legends, their story a testament to the power of human kindness and the enduring strength of the human spirit. They received numerous awards and accolades for their work, but they remained humble and grounded, never forgetting their humble beginnings. One evening, as they sat together on the rooftop of the Hope Center, watching the sunset over the city, Hyo-joo turned to Byung-soo and said, "Do you ever think about that rainy night in the alley?" Byung-soo smiled. "Every day," he replied. "It was the night my life changed forever." "Mine too," said Hyo-joo. "I never imagined that a simple act of kindness could have such a profound impact." "It's not just about the kindness," said Byung-soo. "It's about the connection. It's about seeing the humanity in others, regardless of their circumstances." "You're right," said Hyo-joo. "It's about empathy. It's about understanding. It's about believing in the potential of every human being." They sat in silence for a moment, watching the sky turn from orange to purple. The city lights twinkled below, a reminder of the millions of lives that were being lived, the millions of stories that were waiting to be told. "What do you think our legacy will be?" asked Hyo-joo. Byung-soo thought for a moment. "I hope," he said, "that we will be remembered for inspiring others to be kind, to be compassionate, and to never give up hope." Hyo-joo smiled. "Me too," she said. "And I hope that our story will remind people that even the smallest act of kindness can change the world." They continued to sit on the rooftop, watching the city lights twinkle below. The rain had stopped, the sky was clear, and the stars were shining brightly. Byung-soo and Hyo-joo knew that their work was far from over, but they were filled with hope and determination. They were committed to continuing their fight for justice, to continuing to advocate for the marginalized, and to continuing to spread the message of compassion to all corners of the world. Their story, a tale of unlikely friendship and unwavering commitment, would continue to inspire generations to come, a testament to the transformative power of kindness and the enduring strength of the human spirit. And it all started with a simple act of kindness, a warm meal offered in the rain, a gesture that changed 2 lives forever and transformed a city in the process. The ripple effect of that single act continued to spread, touching countless lives and creating a more just and compassionate world. The years continued to unfold, each one adding another layer to their shared legacy. Byung-soo's international advocacy work took him to the United Nations, where he addressed the General Assembly, urging world leaders to prioritize the eradication of homelessness. His speech, translated into dozens of languages, resonated deeply, prompting the creation of new global initiatives and funding programs. Hyo-joo, ever the artist, channeled her experiences into a powerful documentary film about homelessness, showcasing the stories of individuals struggling to survive on the streets. The film, titled Invisible People, won numerous awards and was screened in schools and community centers around the world, sparking conversations and challenging perceptions. Their unwavering commitment didn't go unnoticed. They were jointly nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, a recognition of their extraordinary efforts to promote social justice and alleviate suffering. While they didn't win, the nomination itself served as a powerful testament to the impact of their work. One crisp autumn morning, Byung-soo received a call from the very restaurant where Hyo-joo had first offered him food. The owner, a kind-hearted woman who had witnessed their initial encounter, was retiring and wanted to donate the restaurant to their foundation. She believed it could serve as a training center for homeless individuals seeking to enter the culinary industry. Byung-soo, overwhelmed by the gesture, immediately shared the news with Han Hyo-joo. Together, they transformed the restaurant into Hyo-joo's Kitchen, a thriving social enterprise that provided culinary training, job placement assistance, and a sense of community for those who had previously been excluded. The restaurant became a beloved institution, known not only for its delicious food but also for its mission. It attracted customers from all walks of life, from celebrities to everyday citizens, all eager to support a cause that was making a real difference. The aroma of simmering stews and freshly baked bread filled the air, a comforting symbol of hope and opportunity. One day, a young woman named Ji-woo walked into Hyo-joo's kitchen. She had recently aged out of the foster care system and found herself homeless, struggling to survive on the streets. She was hesitant and scared, but the warm atmosphere and the friendly faces of the staff put her at ease. Ji-woo enrolled in the culinary training program and quickly discovered a passion for cooking. She excelled in the kitchen, her creativity and talent shining through. Byung-soo and Han Hyo-joo took a special interest in her, recognizing her potential and offering her mentorship and support. Under their guidance, Ji-woo blossomed. She not only mastered the culinary arts but also developed her confidence and leadership skills. She eventually became the head chef of Hyo-joo's Kitchen, a role she embraced with passion and dedication. Ji-woo's story became an inspiration to other young people facing similar challenges. She proved that with hard work, determination, and the support of a caring community, anything was possible. She became a symbol of hope, a living testament to the transformative power of opportunity. As Byung-soo and Han Hyo-joo watched Ji-woo thrive, they felt a deep sense of fulfillment. They realized that their legacy wasn't just about addressing the symptoms of homelessness but about creating lasting solutions, empowering individuals to break the cycle of poverty and build brighter futures. Years later, Han Hyo-joo received an invitation to attend a prestigious film festival in Cannes. She was nominated for an award for her latest movie, a powerful drama about social inequality. She was hesitant to go, feeling that her time was better spent working on her foundation. But Byung-soo encouraged her to attend. He knew that her presence at the festival would raise awareness of their cause and provide her with a platform to advocate for social justice on a global stage. At the festival, Han Hyo-joo captivated the audience with her grace, her talent, and her unwavering commitment to making a difference. She won the award for Best Actress, using her acceptance speech to shine a spotlight on the issue of homelessness and to urge the entertainment industry to use its influence to promote positive change. After the festival, Han Hyo-joo returned to Seoul, feeling energized and inspired. She and Byung-soo continued their work, expanding their foundation's programs and reaching out to new communities. They never forgot their humble beginnings, always remembering the rainy night in the alley that had changed their lives forever. One evening, as they sat together in their office, surrounded by photos and mementos of their journey, Byung-soo turned to Han Hyo-joo and said, "Do you ever wonder what would have happened if you hadn't stopped to help me that night?" Han Hyo-joo smiled. "I don't like to think about it," she replied. "I believe that everything happens for a reason. Our paths were meant to cross." "I agree," said Byung-soo. "It was fate. And I am eternally grateful that our paths did cross. You saved my life, Han Hyo-joo. You gave me a second chance." "You saved mine too, Byung-soo," said Han Hyo-joo. "You showed me the true meaning of compassion. You reminded me that even the smallest act of kindness can have a profound impact." They sat in silence for a moment, reflecting on their journey. They had faced challenges, overcome obstacles, and achieved extraordinary things. They had transformed lives, inspired hope, and made the world a better place. As the sun set over the city, casting a warm glow on their faces, they knew that their work was far from over. But they were filled with a sense of peace and contentment, knowing that they had made a difference, that their legacy would live on, and that their story would continue to inspire generations to come. The rain started to fall again, a gentle drizzle that washed over the city, cleansing and renewing. Byung-soo and Han Hyo-joo looked at each other, their eyes filled with love, gratitude, and unwavering commitment. They knew that they would continue to walk this path together, hand in hand, fighting for justice, advocating for the marginalized, and spreading the message of compassion to all corners of the world. Their story, a tale of unlikely friendship and extraordinary transformation, would forever be etched in the annals of history, a testament to the power of human kindness and the